I want to make a video today regarding quitting smoking. I've become a bit of an oxymoron recently. For instance, yesterday I went for a few beers. I pretty much had a skinful, smoked lots of cigarettes. After that I bought some dinner, then I bought some more dinner, I bought burger and chips, then I came home and I added some water to some soup and noodles and I ate that as well. Smoked more cigarettes, went to sleep. Woke up this morning, smoked some more cigarettes, drank a coffee and then went for a run. Now, I ran for maybe 11.5 kilometres, but I've signed up to run the half marathon in Siem Reap in December, and I'm only running about half the distance that I need to be able to. I've got 3 months to get there. Smoking cigarettes is counterproductive and I need to quit. So I just thought I'd share that with you. So from tomorrow morning, no more of these. That's enough of that. Before I came here, I've been in Cambodia now for almost a year. Before I came here, I used to spend my life in the UK. I wouldn't drink, I didn't smoke, I used to go to the gym, and I used to go running almost every day. I'd do some kind of physical exercise. And I lived a very simple life. I ate healthy food and I just kept my head down, saved my money, so I could come out to Asia and then let myself go. And then when I was in Asia, I would smoke, I would drink, I would allow myself the freedom to live my life how I wanted to. And then I'd go home, knuckle down again, and I'd get back in the rhythm that I was in before. And it seemed to work for me. It seemed to be a pretty good way for me to live my life. However, I live in Cambodia now, so this has made it difficult for me because this is now my UK. And I live a pretty productive life, really. I work hard, I'm teaching at a decent school here, I run 3 times a week, and in general, I live a pretty good life. I drink maybe once or twice a week, but it's the cigarettes, that's the problem. So the reason that I started my YouTube channel in the first place was about getting fit and healthy. I need to go back to basics and start again. So I'm about to quit again. So tomorrow morning, there'll be no more cigarettes. About a month ago, I signed up to run the Siem Reap half marathon, which is fantastic. Right? If you've never heard of it, it's well worth checking out. It involves running through these ancient temples that are like 1,000 years old, running along the streets through these, and you get to see all these beautiful temples, and nature has sort of overgrown them. You might remember there's the Tomb Raider film with Angelina Jolie that she made a few years ago, and part of it was set in Angkor Wat, and they actually nicknamed one of the temples Tomb Raider Temple, but that's a bit cheapening it really. It's actually probably the most beautiful place I've ever been, which involves man-made artifacts. You know, I'm usually more of a fan of natural beauty. I like waterfalls and sunsets and beaches and mountains and stuff like that. But this is truly amazing. It was made there's several temples, and they were made over 1,000 years ago. They're actually Hindu temples, and how they made them was, I think it's just baffling how they made them. Did they build them first and then carve the beautiful Buddhas and that into them afterwards, or did they do that first and then set them up? I think the former is what they actually did, but I don't really know. But what I do know is it's absolutely amazing. And at 58 years old, the idea of running down the streets through the temples for a half marathon, 21 kilometres, is a fantastic thing. It's a dream for me. And I bought my ticket, and I just need to wait now and train and make sure I'm physically capable of completing it. I don't want to be the last person either. I'd like to try and do it in 2.5 hours if I can. That's what my friend who runs lots of marathons, hi Dan, has said to me. That's a good target to aim for. Now, so that's my goal. But smoking the cigarettes, and it's hard to pack them up. Do you know what makes it worse as well, right? A packet of cigarettes here, the ones that I smoke, are 3,000 real, which is 75 cents or 60p. And you get 6 empty packets, and you take them to the shop, and they give you a packet for free. So it's almost as if Cambodia wants you to smoke. I mean, the alcohol here as well, it's about $1 a beer, and 1.25 sometimes 75 cents. and depends if you go happy hour hunting. But it's very inexpensive. It's almost as if they want you to drink and smoke here. So you know, there's no help. You have to do it yourself, and that's okay. I'm quite a strong person usually, although I've let slip a little bit. You know, my priorities since I've been here. It's hard to, you know, there's an old saying that he who chases two rabbits catches neither of them. And what that basically means is, as I've become a teacher and I'm trying to progress and I'm trying to learn my craft and become good at it, I want to do good here. So that's very important to me. But on the weekends, we need to have a social life as well, I think. So I tend to go and meet some pals on the weekend, drink a few beers and smoke a few cigarettes. Now for me to quit smoking, I'm probably going to need to quit drinking, because it's all counterproductive to me running this half marathon, which makes it more difficult. But it's time for me to look it in the eye and just say no, which I'm going to do. I'm going to smoke my last cigarette today, and tomorrow I'm going to be a non-smoker. I'm going to concentrate on work. I'm not going to be able to socialise for a while, unless I can think of other ways of socialising which doesn't involve alcohol, which, you know, I'm a working class kind of guy, and that's what we did for people of my generation, which makes it a bit more difficult, but doable. So, what are my tactics? Okay, now, if you just pack up smoking or drinking or any of your bad habits, it can be a bit of an endurance test. You know, you're just going, oh no, how long can I manage to stave this off? So you need to be running away from your bad habits, i.e. in this case, the cigarettes and maybe the alcohol, and also you need to be running towards something, i.e. the Siem Reap half marathon. Now with that in mind, it makes it easier, because I know that it's not an endurance test anymore. I'm doing it for a reason, because I want to accomplish something that's very important to me, something that I've always wanted to do, and something that's within my grasp. The furthest I've ran so far is 15 kilometres. Today I did 11 or 12. But if I quit the cigarettes and up my game a little bit, I've got 3 months to get it up to get myself up to speed, which I plan to do. So. Also, like before, when I quit smoking, I hope it's an inspiration to other people as well. So yeah, that's my plan. Other than that, in general, living in Cambodia is fantastic. It's quite easy to find teaching work here, as long as you're that kind of person. You need to. It's not for everybody, but if you do have a love for the English language, and you do have a love of teaching, which you don't really know if you've got that or if you've got any talent for it until you start doing it. You could be the most educated person, but you could be an absolutely hopeless teacher, or you might be not so educated, but you might have a natural talent for it. You know, a lot of it, on the plus side here, the Khmer students are absolutely wonderful. They're respectful in general. In general, there's always exceptions to the rule, but they're very respectful, they're very fun, they can be irreverent, they can be noisy, but in general they're great, and they're pretty smart as well. Also, their parents are paying for their education, so they're getting the flack from their parents to learn to knuckle down and behave themselves, which in the UK we don't really have, so there's a lot more disruption there. And also on the plus side is the Khmer students, they love us Barang, us foreigners. So it's a very big advantage. It makes teaching easy and very satisfying. I've recently changed jobs, but before I left my last job, I had to sit with my students and help them get through their English exams. And there's a number of them. They have to learn speaking, listening, reading, writing. And they all pass their exams, which it's not about me, it's about them, but it's also the measure of me. If they fail their exams, I've got to take the blame for it. So if they pass their exams, I'm really pleased for them, you know, and they did pass their exams, they all passed their exams. So I was really happy about that. But then I left the school, and I've recently started at another school now. So things change. I mean, I've moved to the other side of the world, so it's pretty conceivable that I'm not going to find the perfect job for myself on the first or second attempt. But like I say, I've been here for over 11 months now, and it's fantastic. You know, the weather's good, the people are friendly, the food takes a bit of adjusting to, but in general it's pretty good. If you like spicy spicy meat and fried rice and soups and things like that, then you can cope. And there's always the burger shop as well. You know, you can, especially if you're in the city, if you're in Phnom Penh or Siem Reap, you can find Western food. It's a bit more expensive, but if you want it, it is there. Personally, I try to eat local food most of the time, but now and again, it's nice to treat yourself. Anyway, getting back to the health and fitness thing, so yeah, the cigarettes are going to go as from tomorrow morning. I'm going to quit the alcohol for a while anyway, while I get a grip on this half marathon thing. There's also like other things, other factors like sleeping properly, eating properly, weight training. You know, it's okay running, but you need to have a decent body. You know, you need to have a decent amount of muscle mass to prevent injuries. So the whole lot sort of goes together really, and there isn't really any place for smoking or alcohol in the setup that I need to try and achieve at the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep watch this space, and I'll keep you up to date as time goes on. Cheers.